Ba-ding! Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It is chill outside without being cold. I went out like this to take the garbage and recyclables out. Didn't have a problem, and in fact, right now, I'm kind of too warm, so I'm pretty sure after this, I'm going to be taking the overshirt off. Thumbs up for that. Hopefully you're having a great day, and hopefully it's not too warm or too cold where you are. And front-loading your videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, that would be double plus good. And I wish I could put the names of all of my Patreon patrons up here so that everyone could see it. These people that I have the links to my Patreon in the video description, so you could see the people if you go there or if you decide to become one yourself. But each of these beautiful people helps to keep me and my aging pet metabolizing. I appreciate that. My aging pet appreciates that. If you would like to become a patron, as stated, links are in the video description, along with a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wish list link, which I have to update and put better pet food on it now. So thumbs up, and front loading of videos over. Yay! Definitely a thumbs up. Oh, hokey smokes. Yesterday, not a wonderful day, and I got to keep my list here open because I've written stuff down. Don't have a lot, but I'm going to talk about some things. Number one, I didn't go walkies last night, and this is something that I talked about with my therapist, but I didn't really get into because with my ADHD, I lost my train of thought. But I didn't go walkies last night. Now, for the full story, when I was an active alcoholic and going through rehab, I talked with a lot of people who, as they were getting sober, had seen their friends get sober and then die. So, to their eyes, it's like, if you get sober, you're just going to die. Well, these people aren't getting sober and then dying because they're sober. They have vast, huge underlying health issues that now that you're out of this horrible thing, yeah, you end up perishing once you're sober, but if you hadn't gotten sober, you still would have perished. So the causal link, I got sober, therefore I died, not necessarily valid. You know, causality is not necessarily causation. So, just getting sober isn't necessarily going to make you die. It just may seem like that to somebody who's drinking and wants to get sober. So, on my own, through my work in healthcare and such like that, and just living, I have seen through my life when people have started to make concessions for age or physical conditions. I mean, not like using a wheelchair if you have to use a wheelchair or anything like that. I mean, you're up and doing things actively, and then you start trimming back on the activity because, oh, you got a physical condition, now you feel the need that you should start taking care of that. Or you're getting older, so you want to take care of that and not just stress yourself out. But I have seen so many times that happens, and then the person ends up in a nursing home very soon after, or ends up perishing not long after. So the question on that...
Battery low.
Oh, well, that's special. I need to turn off my my battery there. My speaker. But the question becomes,
Power off.
Did you make concessions because things were happening inside of your body and you could feel it subconsciously, so you made these concessions to make your last months easier? Or because you made the concessions, your body failed? I think it's much more likely that you started to feel things, you started to make concessions to make life easier because you started feeling more worn out, you started feeling more pain, so you started making concessions, and then not long after, the reasons that you're feeling all these things really get you, and then you're gone. It isn't necessarily, perhaps, because there is a mental thing. If you let go and give up mentally, it can have a horrible effect on your body. But There is not necessarily that causative link between making concessions for age or physical ability and immediate decline in passage. I have begun making concessions for my age and physical conditions. My question is now, am I making concessions for my physical condition because, things have changed? Learning that I'm an autistic person, learning that really I'm never going to be able to break through some walls to become rich and famous. I've been altering my life because of that. I've been making concessions. And then last night, I just didn't go walkies because my leg really hurts still. And I didn't want to make it worse because I'm getting older, and the guidelines are get 2.5 hours of moderate exercise every week. Not daily, every week. And I've been going out for at least 2 hours of walks every night. Well, last night, because of my leg, and the previous 2 nights I'd only made shorter walks downtown, I just didn't go walkies. So again, am I making concessions because it's just easier and smarter? Or am I making concessions because something horrible is happening inside of me, and subconsciously I'm just trying to make my life easier as things get worse? I don't know. I'm hoping it's just being smart and adapting to my changing worldview and changing world, rather than, something awful is happening and my body is gearing down and that's affecting my cognition. That's a scary thought. But as I was talking to my therapist yesterday, I really like the trilogy of Kung Fu Panda, and one of the reasons that I really like this thing is Master Oogway, Master Turtle, Oogway of course being meaning turtle in Chinese, I believe, Mandarin or some such, but still, Master Oogway incorporates Taoism almost perfectly. And so much in my life I have changed to, without a spiritual part, embrace a lot of the whole Taoism thing, where, it's the whole idea I have now of everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And fighting to extend that doesn't help you. In fact, I explicitly addressed this in my Cryptid stories, where when the cryptids are not shackled to human beings, they are able to expand out, colonize our galaxy, and not just our galaxy, but 1,000 surrounding galaxies. And then they last for so long that at the very end they are so tired, so stretched out, just so ready to go, that one person finally says, we just all need to stop. I'm going to go home, I'm going to go to sleep, I am going to let go, and I am going to die. And they are desperate for that, and within 3 days, every single cryptid within those 1,000 galaxies is gone. They all went to bed, they all went to sleep, they all let go, they all finally died. They figured out how to extend the middle, thinking that it would be forever. But no, it just stretches the middle out thinner and thinner, more tasteless. So finally they had to let go. I addressed that. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. In human life, and an average thing, your first 25 years are your beginning. Up to age 50, that's your middle. 50 plus is your end. About 8 years for each shot, Your beginning is your beginning, middle, and end, and then you reach the beginning of your middle age at about age 25, when your brain has finally gotten set, up until about 50. Well, now at 60, I'm at the beginning of the last phase of the last phase. I am in the end of my end, which is fine. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And when I go, I go. We all will. So I'm not fully into the whole Taoist thing, but I am really looking into it. And my therapist really suggested, after I said I want to, read the Tao of Pooh and the sequel to that one. There is a sequel, so thumbs up on that. Now checking my list on here. Oh yes, I wanted to quickly talk about my weight. I have had a weight issue my whole life. Once I got into late teenagehood, my weight got big, and I had to fight to bring it down enough so I could go into the Air Force. My maximum weight that I could be was 196 in the Air Force, and I was always struggling between 196 and 200. Before that, I was like 160 or so, and then after I got out of the Air Force, I slowly got heavier and heavier until between when I was married to my wife, my weight would alter between 225 and 290. And then, of course, I got really sick some 8 or some odd years ago where I could not eat or drink. If I tried to eat or drink, I vomited. I lost half my body mass when I finally could eat again. I was at 160 pounds. I spent a couple of years at 160 to 170. My high school weight. For the past couple years here, I have been fighting to stay around 200. I'm at my Air Force weight when I was 19, 20 years old. Hopefully, I'm not going to go into my older weight, because I don't like being heavy. I like being thinner. I don't even like weighing 200. I'd like to get back to around 170. Any more than that, and I look like I'm a concentration camp victim, I am gaunt and skeletal. And yet, if you take a look at the insurance list, I'm supposed to be at like 166. I look skeletal and unhealthy at that weight. 170, 180 is better. So, here's hoping I can get back to that. Yay. Checking my list and how long I've been recording. So there's that and that. And yeah, yesterday, because I didn't go out walkies, I spent a lot of time just in here. And in fact, I didn't get much done at all. I mean, I did some recording, but then got to the late afternoon when I started thinking about what I was going to do. Should I go out for walkies? And I haven't been because, oh, my leg, which is still swollen, but no heat, no discoloration, and only a little bit of pain when I walk on it. So thumbs up on that. But yeah, I just did a lot of sleeping, a lot of watching videos, and so yeah, I've tried to think creatively and I've tried to do things. I believe I played some Tribes of Midgard on the PlayStation, so I can't play it on my computer since it's not functioning, but on my PlayStation they have it as well. So, I mean, not on my PlayStation, you know, PlayStation Network, so thumbs up for that. It's still a good game. It's fun. Definitely a good thing. Anything else on here? Oh, yes. Talking about the two types of notebooks that I have been sent. I like the Chromebook, and I don't know what to call it, but it's the Microsoft one. The Microsoft one was done by Asus. The Chromebook has been done by Acer. And while the Chromebook is really good for some things, it can't do video stuff. I can't use the Chromebook to do online therapy with my therapist. But yesterday I used the Microsoft notebook. That one does work. So I couldn't do it great. I mean, I had the notebook at over my arm's length away from my head, and it still just barely shows like any more than this. But it worked. So I had online therapy with my therapist, and we talked about a lot of good things, and thumbs up for that. So, yay! I've been so time blind. I talked about how when it got to Wednesday, yesterday, the day before, I was so shocked because Tuesday vanished. I lost an entire day. An entire day gone because of time blindness. I have no memory of it. I lost an entire day this week. thumbs up for that. But therapy went well. We talked about a lot of good things, and that is a good thing. So definitely a thumbs up on that. I was a lot more flighty than I wish I had been, but hey, ADHD for the win. And that. Oh yeah, so I want to thank again everybody. I use the Chromebook so much. Thank you, Michael / Fluffy Big Butt. And I use the Microsoft notebook as well. So I'm using both of these to help keep me online with my PlayStation. I also talk with my therapist about how socially isolated I am. Because while I have social isolation, as long as I'm connected online, then yeah, I am separate but not isolated, alone but not lonely. Because I mentioned here and I talk with him, as long as I am around human artifacts, buildings, things that we've made, cars, roads, my sincere apologies, then I am happy, I am pleased, and that makes me good. I am glad when I'm around human activity. When we have things happening downtown, various festivals, I like to be around them. I don't want to be in the group, I don't want to be involved with what people are doing, but I like being on the fringes so that I can see what people are doing, and seeing that people are happy makes me happy. And so being able to do that and then contact the outer world and interact with people online, I'm good. And so definitely a thumbs up on that. And then the last thing I think I'm going to do some talking about is, checking my time over there, is some creative stuff. I've still been thinking about the entire Dempsey family with Barb, Nis, and Anne, the 3 daughters of Jacob and Monica. And remember, just as a quick reminder, Barb and Nis are both full cryptids. And Anne is human, though of course her third eye is open. And Jacob is human with his third eye open. And Monica, his wife, is a full cryptid. Jacob, on his father's side, his grandfather is a full cryptid, so he has a fair amount of active cryptid genes within him. Monica, her mother was human, her father was cryptid, so she has some human stuff in her as well as the whole cryptid thing. And of course with their daughters, Barb, Nis, and Annie, well, they've all gotten all their various cryptid genes, and as having a full cryptid mother and a full cryptid grandfather on her father's side, she has a lot more activated cryptid genes within her than most people with their third eye open. Barb is in a very high competition world where she could die any day. Her parents are proud of her for her work. They also understand that if they stop hearing from her, she's dead, she's been eaten. They're hoping that that doesn't happen, but if it does, life is life. I mean, among the cryptid world, being eaten is a constant threat. And if you get eaten, it's looked upon as sad, like, oh, they died in a car accident. Oh, they died of cancer. If you hear in the cryptid world, oh, they got eaten, it's the same thing. You feel the same way. It's like, damn, oh well, I got to be careful myself around there. So, Anne is human, and she is very cryptid in that she can actually live outside in the normal world down to about 40 degrees without suffering hypothermia. Her body temperature drops about 5 degrees, but she still suffers no ill effects unless it goes below 40, at which point she starts to do so. As such, she just, when she wakes up and she's on the RV park with the rest of her family, the only thing she really wears is boots to protect her feet and a hat to protect her from the sun, and she slathers herself with a high SPF sun lotion. That's all she wears. But normal, you don't notice normal. So if you're going by the farm and you see Annie out there doing something like working on fence posts and she's just wearing boots and a hat, you stop to talk with her, you leave. Normal, trustability, likability, you don't even notice she's not wearing anything. All you know is, hey, that's Annie. I know her. She's a good person. If afterward you're asked what was she wearing, your mind will just kind of go, I don't know, maybe a blouse and denim pants. And you go, oh, she was wearing a white blouse, denim pants. And when that point on, when you think back to having seen her, that's how you mentally see her. You don't notice normal, and it's normal for just her to be wearing boots and a hat. Monica, when she turned 50, she just plain stopped wearing any clothing at all. Both Annie and Monica have been trying to get Jake to do the same, but he has spent so many years as a business type person and dealing with others, he doesn't feel comfortable just shedding everything. During the summer months, during appropriate times, he'll wear like thong type underwear so that he can pretend to any customers that he was just swimming in the lake. But that's really all he's comfortable with. When it gets really hot, yeah, he'll strip down. But generally he likes to wear the thong type stuff. Doesn't really cover much, but he feels better about it. Now Annie, of course, being more driven to hold down the RV park. Barb, very driven in her business. Nis, whom I've been dealing with a lot because she has become a partner of a human being who has had their third eye open. She's more of a drifter. She's just been going to the community college to get a degree so that she can spend her life using that degree, but it's not something that really drives her. So even though she's got plans to go back to college, after a few years of dropping out and becoming wild and just helping Kay, is she really gonna go back? She's just drifting, and if she's happy enough having dropped out and like basically living naked in a park with Kay where they just eat the occasional person and leaves and stuff, she's fine with that. And of course her parents would be fine with that too, because she would just be following in the feet of her cryptid ancestors, living like an animal for hundreds of thousands of years, as cryptids have done. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank how many people have left me comments. I'm not counting anymore, even though you'll see me do it. And if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And it's very, very tiny print. And I've done my best to make it bigger, but we have It's Relit, thumbs up and thank you. Jesse Koskinen, greatly appreciated, and it is fun. That's about the best one that fits there. Oh, I forgot to put all my little mischievous cheesers back up on the shelves today. Oh well. Thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you. We have Cinematic Horror, greatly appreciated. Schwooty Woot, thumbs up, thumbs up. We have Clemson Dylan, greatly appreciated. Jay, thumbs up. Good to see you in the comments as well. Ding Dong Ping Pong, thumbs up and thank you. Beyond the Capsule, greatly appreciated. There's Dopamine Fiend. It is good to be a dopamine fiend. I like dopamine myself. We have Dope, greatly appreciated. Paul, Sorget, Sorgay, I am not sure, but yeah, they pointed out that all the times I forgot to re-roll a six-sided die in 4 Against Darkness. There's an exploding die and I keep forgetting. Jared TG, thumbs up and thank you for the advice. Flora Mew, yeah, isn't that fun and good to see you as well. RJ Mitchell, thumbs up and good to see you. We have Nexor, greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments, and again, thank you for everything. There is, I like this name, Justin Credible, yeah, who also has, I believe, 2 half-brothers, Justin Time and Justin Case. Those last 2 I came up with. And then Jacob Alexandria, thumbs up, thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world, dealing with real people, and that is appreciated. Well, it's a Friday. I don't know how much I'm going to get done. I have to go to the store and get some food and some drink because I didn't go last night. It was raining too, and I didn't want to get my feet wet because I'm still fighting corns on my outside of my outer toes. So thumbs up. But I'm going to get done what I can get done. Hopefully you can get done what you can get done. If you can't, don't beat yourself up. No help in doing that. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. I'm going to come up with something to replace the scary talk I used to have about the buses, but that's not today. So you take care, and I will see you